Baby, you elect a clown, expect a circus.
What is your eye okay? What happened to your eye? I noticed there was a bruise there.
Well, it wasn't. I wasn't anywhere near France. So, but
What does that mean?
no,
I didn't notice it.
First lady of France. Slapped,
I didn't notice.
So, yeah, no, I was just horsing around with little X, and I said, "Go ahead, punch me in the face," and he did. Turns out, even a 5-year-old punching you in the face actually does.
It was X that did it? X could do it. If you knew X,
I
you
saw
could
his
do
mom
it.
right now. But I didn't really feel much at the time, and then I guess it bruises up. But I just horsing around with the kids.
I didn't
basically.
notice it, actually.
Sorry, y'all, I'm sitting downstairs next to the Garden and it's on the watering cycle, but who believes that? If you believe that, I got some magic beans for sale. Me and little X was playing around and I told X to punch me in the face and he punched me in the face. What? That's a close-up of the black eye. And you know it's going to look worse than that. It looks worse as it heals. You know, it was rumored that a couple of months ago that Elon Musk and Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, got into a confrontation. Yeah, it wasn't a shouting match. It was a confrontation, according to Steve Bannon. Hold on. Yeah. Daily Mail did an article about it. Elon Musk and Scott Bessent got into a shoving match outside of the Oval Office. Former chief strategist Steve Bannon told the Daily Mail that Musk's turbulent time in the White House was marred when he physically shoved 62-year-old Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent after he was confronted over wild promises to save the administration $1 trillion. Scott Bessent called him out and said, "You promised us $1 trillion in cuts, and now you're at like 100 billion, and nobody can find anything. What are you doing?" Steve Bannon went on to say, and that's when Elon got physical. It's a sore subject for him. It wasn't an argument. It was a physical confrontation. Elon basically shoved him. Bannon said the physical altercation came as the two billionaires moved from the Oval Office to outside the Chief of Staff, Susie Wild's office, and then outside the office of the then National Security Advisor, Mike Waltz. Y'all remember Mike Waltz? He was the one that was responsible for bringing in that journalist on that Signal chat. Yeah, they was fighting all over outside of the Oval Office. Bannon said Trump 100% sided with Bessent after the clash. "I don't think Bessent has any bad blood, but he's got a job to do and he's going to do it." The revelation of the confrontation between the pair was confirmed by White House Press Secretary Carolyn Levitt. Remember, they asked Carolyn Levitt about the confrontation, and Carolyn Levitt said tempers flare and boys will be boys, some crap like that. So who did Elon piss off on his way out the door to end up with a black eye? Shoot, I was going to say, when is Bob Woodward's next book coming out? But yeah, Bob Woodward has been banned from the White House. Who's the one taking the notes to write the book on this administration? Nobody? Nobody? Who's writing the book? That's what I want to know. Who's writing the book? And if it's Jake Tapper, I want no parts of it.